Hey, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Just Antoine here. Just wanted to go live and really excited about what's going on in in my life and um, appreciate what the Lord is doing and how He is He is just blessing me, and I mean just truly sharing with me some things about what's going on and with the African Americans in the United States. I told you all last week that I'm reading this book by um, Claude Anderson, Dr. Claude Anderson, and it is just revolutionizing my life. You're talking about a paradigm shift, and I'm just in awe of what he's doing. I'm in awe of what he's doing. And so uh, I want to come on every week on Thursdays at 7 o'clock, and I'm going to be having some guests with me and also hosting a networking event. So if you are in the greater Houston area, definitely come on in. And I want to highlight some businesses and things of that nature um, because we got to come together. If we're going to make a difference in the African American community, we have to come together and we have to support one another. And so this is the push that I'm on, is bringing blacks together and moving the economic needle and bringing a lot of us out of poverty, And so if we don't make a move soon, we are going to be extinct. I mean, we're going to be so bad off. We already bad off, right? And some of us don't even realize how bad off we are. But so we have to really do something about um, this epidemic, right? And it's not only an epidemic; it's a pandemic across the the world. Is what's happening to Black people, people of African descent, and it's little being said about it, and very little being done about it. And so, my mission is to do something about it, and I'm going to tell you where I'm coming from. Uh, you know, I knew, like we see racism if we're black. Other ethnicities may see a glimpse of it, but we experience it pretty much every day of our lives. Every time we deal with the public, anytime we're trying to go get a loan, it's all types of ways that we as blacks are held down and held back from really achieving goals. And from the outside looking in, it's like they lazy, they trifling, they don't want nothing, this, that, and the other. But if we really look at the historical things that has been done to the Africans that were brought over to America as slaves, as indentured servants, and treated um, less than human for uh, over 300 years, then, you know, just seeing horrific things and horrific things being done. And still, once we were freed from slavery, there was still a whole lot of stuff going on, and still is to this day going on, that we really just sleep on. We really just don't understand what's going on. And so I would love to have some interaction from you all, those that can chime in and let me know that you're viewing. If you have any questions or anything like that or comments, feel free to. And if I can see them, I'm definitely going to share with them. If you're on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. We're going to be doing more of this. Uh, we're really focusing on how to come together and come out of this poverty stricken situation that most blacks find themselves in. And if we don't do something about it and do something about it soon, what's going to happen is that um, we're going to be lost as a nation, as a race. We're just going to be lost. And so I was talking to a young man, and I said this on last week. I was talking to a young man a couple of years ago, and he was saying, how can we really change this systemic racism that we find ourselves up under in America? And I told him, I said, man, that's a big deal and it's a big challenge. But the only way that we'll be able to do it is to be able to operate outside of the system, because the system is so it's interwoven into every aspect of our society, to keep African Americans down, and to be able to really properly and effectively do something about it. We have to operate on a system that's outside of the American system. Okay. And at that time, I did not know of anything that existed. Right. But then I found out about the blockchain. And with the blockchain, um, it's it's a way that we can really come up as a race of people. We can really do business together. We can learn, and we can grow, and we can take back what rightly belongs to us, and that we were taken away from, that was taken away from us, that was robbed. We were robbed, right? And so we have to do something about this if we're really going to make a difference. And so that's what I'm all about, is making a difference. And if we come together and use the technology that has been set out for us, which is the blockchain, which is a decentralized ledger. The blockchain is a decentralized ledger, okay? And so what happens on the blockchain, that there's thousands and thousands of computers that has the same ledger. So with the blockchain, all these computers have the same ledger. And so if any transaction is done on the blockchain, then um, several computers verify that, hey, this is a authentic transaction, and it is a valid transaction. Okay, it's called mining, and it's also called staking. Um, and so it's a valid transaction, and to validate that transaction, um, they keep everything pretty much transparent. Everything on the blockchain is transparent. So, but our identity is not. So the transaction is transparent. Say if you are buying, say if you want to buy a car or you want to sell a car. Say if you want to sell a car. If you try to sell your car on the blockchain, you can do that. You just have to make the car a NFT, a non-fungible token, right? Um, and turning that title into an NFT, you can then sell it on the blockchain. All right, and you can put it in there, um, and soon as the car reaches the seller, you already know that the seller has the money, because that information is transparent, right? So if they don't have the money, you're not going to sell them the car, but you enter in what is called a smart contract, and that smart contract will verify that uh, I have the car and the other person has the money. And so, and they have such as NFT about like the Carfax of the car as well. So on your NFT, it could talk about everything, that all the oil changes, if there was any accidents, any repairs done on your vehicle, all that can be a part of that NFT history of that car, right? And so that owner knows exactly what they're getting what has happened to that car, how many miles on the car. All that information will be transparent because it's housed on the blockchain, right? And so when the person, then you see the person that wants to buy it because you put it on a platform where you can sell it, and they don't really care who the seller is. They just want the car, right? And so you'll let that be known, and that person buys it. And however you're going to ship it, you enter into a smart contract, and so soon as the vehicle hits the person's place, right, the transportation part will be taken care of, and your wallet will be hit, right? You'll receive your money instantly once the transaction, all the variables of the transaction is met. And so that's how the blockchain work. That's how smart contracts work. And it's so much more, that is available on the blockchain. And so my goal is to create a blockchain, and I'm in the process of creating a blockchain. We also, the group that I'm with, we also have um, a crypto coin, and we'll be sharing that information too. We're in the process of building out our blockchain and making it accessible to us, and then we're going to also help others build blockchains and NFTs and cryptocurrency as well. And just, because if we're going to raise um, the bar and bring African Americans out of poverty so that we can really make a difference um, in the lives of our children and our children's children, we're going to have to do something. And it's going to have to be an economical move, right? We can't really do anything in legislation unless we got some money. We just can't do too much of anything without money, because that's the type of society and that's the type of world we're living in. But when you can start being your own bank, and you can start making your own transaction, and they not looking at the color of your skin to see who's doing that transaction, and if I want to buy for this person or not, and if I want to give them a loan or not. All the on the blockchain, everything is out in the open, right? And so there's so many ways that we can make money on the blockchain, and it's just getting started. And so this is why I'm pushing so hard for us as African Americans to understand what the blockchain is all about, and how you can change your life literally overnight on the blockchain, right? And I want to get our business owners um, on the blockchain, and using the blockchain, using smart contracts where you don't have to worry about if you're going to get paid or not for doing a service. You can see if this person has the money before you do the service, right? And you enter that into that smart contract, and you're going to get paid. So one of the things about a smart contract, you can't alter it once it's been entered. Okay. And so everything is going to happen. If there's some error in the situation, you have to make that known in your contract, right? You got to leave room for error in your contract, because we're living in the world, in an imperfect world, so there's going to be error. And so you just have to make those things, um, some ways that you can work around some of the things that may happen in the course of a transaction, right? But you enter all that into a contract, and when you do that, it'll be a blessing. It'll be a blessing, because you can do business across the world, around the world, and that make sure that you're getting paid for what you do, the services that you offer. And so NFTs, cryptocurrency, gaming, digital real estate in the metaverse, all that is what's going on right now, and it's moving at a fast pace. And so if we as African Americans don't um, really find out about it and really get involved in it while it's in this early stage, we're going to miss out on it. We're going to come in on the tail end, and um, we're going to find ourselves behind once again, right? We're going to find ourselves behind. But if we get in front of the wave, okay, the wave is starting to gain momentum, and if we get in it now, we can determine how fast it goes and how much money we can make. We can set a precedence on the blockchain by putting things in place, right? Because before you know it, everything is going to be on the blockchain, just like everything is pretty much on the web now, right? Everything is done by networking and computers and the internet. So if you don't have the internet, you know you're pretty far behind, right? If you can't get online, you're in bad shape in this world today, right? And so, just like if you don't get online now, if you're not a part of the blockchain and you're not operating on the blockchain, you're going to be left behind. Okay. So we can get on the blockchain with our phones. We can check information on the blockchain with our phones, and all of that is available to us. But we just need to know how to use it, right? And so I'm on a mission and I'm on the plight to help African Americans understand, and not just only African Americans, but others that are underserved and underprivileged. I'm going to help them as well, but my focus is going to be on African Americans and Africans around the globe. Okay, because I know what has happened historically to us. The only way that we're going to overcome those things is by earning money, right? Being able to manage our own money, being able to be our own bank. And that's what the blockchain does. It gives you the opportunity to be your own bank. And so, one of the things that you can have a digital wallet. A digital wallet is basically your own bank. You have total control of your finances. So if you put your money in your digital wallet, you use it as cryptocurrency, right? So you buy a Bitcoin, you buy Ether, which is on the Ethereum blockchain. You can buy. There are several tokens out there, and like I said, mine's is coming out pretty soon, and so you'll be able to do that as well. And you can purchase those tokens, and when you purchase those tokens and those that cryptocurrency, it becomes your bank, and you can put it up for collateral against loans and things of that nature. You can purchase real estate in your digital wallet. It's so much we can do, and we are all in control of our own money. So, like, people can go into your bank account, say if they say you owe them money or this, that, and the other, or they want to stop a payment or something like that, they can go into your bank account or they can freeze your assets. Okay. But with cryptocurrency, nobody can freeze your assets, right? They're in totally your control. And only when you put your money out there in a smart contract, that's when your money is being used. So when you choose to use your money, that's when your money is being used. And you can earn much more interest, which you really don't earn too much of anything if you got your money in the bank right now, right? But you can put your money actually in a place where they hold your cryptocurrency and they give you interest for holding your money. And so if you got money and you can earn 6, 7, 10, 20% interest at some places, right? If they hold your cryptocurrency. So they can use of course, crypto to do other things, but you're guaranteed that money back, right? Because you've entered into a smart contract to be able to put it on that platform. All right. And so there is a lot of things that we can do using this technology, and we really become the in control of our destiny, right? And we don't have to worry about what people think about us and how they feel about us, and what they want from us, and all this kind of stuff, and how they try to hold us back. And we are, as African Americans, we are one of the most largest spenders on earth, right? We spend more money than some nations put together, right? And so if we take that spending power that we have and start investing some of that, right? We still can spend, but if we invested in part of that $3 trillion that we spend every year, right? We can make some serious moves. We can make some serious gains. We start putting some stuff in the metaverse, buying land in the metaverse, buying land in America, buying land overseas, right? Because now it's becoming more accessible to us because of the blockchain. And so uh, a lot of people just don't know about it. And I don't know everything about it. I'm still learning, right? And anybody that is in the industry, they're still learning, because just like technology, if I just purchased a new phone, okay, the phone is already outdated, right? Because technology is moving so fast. And so you got to realize that the more of us that get in, that's and bring our talents and our skills to the table with this blockchain, we can create our own destiny. And this is why I'm going live, and because I know this, and if I don't do anything about it, then to me it's a sin. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. So if I don't do something about the knowledge that I'm gaining and what I'm really learning about African Americans, and of course a lot of stuff I already knew, but I didn't know all the history behind it. And so as I learn and as I grow, I'm going to teach, and I'm going to tell you all, and I'm going to invite you on not only my platform, but just get in crypto anyway. If you don't do it with me, you need to just do it. But you need to know how to research and what to look for. Eh, The thing about the blockchain, right? It's hard to hack the blockchain. It's almost impossible to hack the blockchain, right? Because there are so many computers that have the same information. And so to be able to hack the blockchain, you will have to hack all those computers at the same time. So if you do one thing to one ledger on one computer, it will the network of computers will be notified that something went wrong. Okay, and it will shut that person and that computer down off the blockchain until that is corrected, right? And so they will it won't be valid anymore. That transaction won't go through because it's not in agreement with everything else that's on the digital ledger called the blockchain, right? And so with that being said, the technology is very solid, right? And it's just going to get better. The more people create blockchains and get into the metaverse and buy crypto and buy NFTs and do gaming online, the more people are involved in that and putting the Internet of Things into smart contracts, the more that happens, the stronger the technology is going to be. And so that's why I know that this is the vehicle that's it's going to take to help African Americans and Africans around the globe to come out of the poverty and the misuse and abuse that we're experiencing. Because if we don't have economic power, we don't have power. If we don't, if it's not, if what we're doing in our movements in America, if it's not moving the needle of poverty and decreasing the poverty level in our African American communities, then it's not doing very much. And so my goal is to make sure that um, we utilize this technology, bring our geniuses together, and move forward while the getting is good. While the getting is good, and so yeah, we have to really get involved in this technology. You remember years ago that nobody wanted to do any banking online. They didn't want to use their credit card online, right? And some people still don't, right? We know fraud happens, but guess what? If you don't use credit cards online, you're not buying very much. You're not really moving and shaking. You're doing things so slow and so out of touch. It's pretty bad, right? And so just like that may seem crazy to some people to not do business on your phone, right? It's going to be crazy in a few years not to be on the blockchain because everybody's going to be there. Everybody's going to be like social media. Social media just started what, a few years ago, and now look at it. A lot of people are on social media every day. They're spending hours and hours of time on social media. What I'm doing now is a podcast. Everything is moving towards podcasting as well. People are getting information from YouTube. YouTube is the number two, and it switches from the number one and number two between Google and YouTube. This is how things are being done. It's a new age. We're doing things differently. And so guess what? It's going to continue to happen. And it's about to happen on the blockchain. We're using Web 2 now, and we're going to go to Web 3, which is the metaverse, and the metaverse is on the blockchain. And so everything is going to be going on the blockchain. And if we as African Americans will really come together, I know that sounds like, you know, a very daunting task. But if we can come together and we can just do some simple things on the blockchain, we don't have to change what we do. We just change a little, just tweak it a little bit in how we do it, and we can earn some substantial money using the blockchain technology. We can create businesses. We could be in front of the game, and there's nobody to stop us from doing it. Why? Because it's decentralized. There's no government control over the blockchain. Now they're trying to centralize it as much as possible, but I don't believe that it's going to happen. Me personally, I don't believe it's going to happen because it's just that powerful. And the more that we come on and get involved and make it a no-brainer to use it, the quicker we can get in advance and come out of poverty. because it's not just good for me to be out of poverty, but I got to help my people out of poverty, right? And I got to make sure that, my kids and my kids' kids, once I'm gone, I got to make sure that they are out of poverty. Did you know that you can buy an NFT? You can create it. Let's do this. You can create an NFT. And when you create that NFT, which is a non-fungible token, right? When you create that NFT, it can be willed to whoever you want it to. You can have whatever beneficiary you want. And every time that NFT is sold, you can get a portion of that that price that it was sold for. And so it's a marvelous platform, and I'm just touching on the surface of it. And if you have any questions, hey, feel free to shoot me, DM me, because this is what I'm doing. This is what Antoine is going to be studying for a great while to come, right? And I'm going to be playing in this field, and I'm going to be making major moves. I'm going to be bringing corporations and companies all into the blockchain, because that's where we're going. That's where we're going. I said it, I mentioned it, I'm going to mention it again, that about 7 years ago, I saw everybody having an app, you know, and I said, hey, you know what? I'm gonna get me an app. I'm gonna create an app, and then I'm gonna allow other people to use this app, and I'm gonna white label it, and because everybody's gonna have an app. And I failed. I failed. I put about 6 grand in, and I never got my app. Right? I never got it off the ground. But guess what? Today, if I had had that app and really pushed it, guess what? I wouldn't have to work today, because my app will be circulating. Look on your phone. What your phone is full of apps. I got all types of apps on my phone, right? Got them in little folders and everything. Got them all nice and pretty, because that's how I do business. And so you can order food from apps. You can have your food delivered from apps. You can do everything pretty much from an app, because most majority businesses are operating on apps. Guess what? You can buy groceries from an app and have it delivered to your house, right? Because and just think, 10 years ago that wasn't heard of. But now look at it. It's a norm. Look what Uber did to the transportation market. They just took over the transportation market. And guess what? This blockchain is going to take over all markets. It really is. Everybody's going to be doing business. Everybody's going to have a digital wallet, which is going to be your own bank. And you're going to be making transactions across the world in a matter of seconds. I think I mentioned it last week that I was in the Atlanta airport, and I was paying for some food, and it gave me an option to pay with cryptocurrency. Yep, it sure did. And so that's what we're going to do. Everything is going to move towards us being able to pay with cryptocurrency. They're making now they're making credit cards just based on cryptocurrency. And if you use that credit card, uh, you can get discounts in major companies like Amazon and Tesla, and um, it'd probably be Walmart pretty soon. And so that's where we are. We're here. It's upon us now. And a lot and I'm urging us not to sleep on it and really get involved and really pay attention to what's going on. And watch out for the scammers, because you still can get scammed, right? You can still lose money. Well, someone say, well, it's so volatile, and it keeps going up and down. Yeah, but it's not going to always be like that. They do have some things that's called stable coins. So you can buy crypto that's pretty stable, and it don't fluctuate very much at all. It's called a stable coin. And so um, you you can have those type of things. There's things that you can buy that's very risky, and then there's things that is very sound, okay, and still will earn you more money than you can earn in the bank. And so you're seeing every week, major companies are doing stuff in cryptocurrency and on the blockchain. Things are shifting. And so we need to be aware of it. We need to be alert to it. And we need to say, you know what? I'm getting involved in this. And if we could come together as a people and really put our efforts, our geniuses, our skills, our talents together, we can really make a difference. We can really make a difference. And so um, I'm ready. I'm on the move, and I hope some of y'all will join in with me. But if not, guess what? I'm gonna keep on moving. Some people gonna join in, and I don't even care if you join in with me. I would love for you to join in with me, but if you don't, you need to get in the game, because this is where it's going. And those that get in now are going to maximize the industry. They're gonna soar. Just think, um, what was it? I think it was 2010, 2011. A guy brought two pieces, Domino's pieces, for two Bitcoins. And now Bitcoins is worth 40 grand. Wow, what if he would have held on to it? But he got into it when it was early. And if he just would have held on to it, guess where he'll be right now? He'll be able to borrow. See what this crypto does? You can borrow off of the money that you have. So if you got $80,000 in cryptocurrency, you can get a loan for $60,000, right? And so it's a very viable asset, and you can do a lot of things on the blockchain that you were not. And if you're African American, you had a hard time gaining access to. Not impossible, but they made it almost impossible. Very hard. And then those that have access to it, our mindset has shifted and we almost forgot where we come from. Not all of us, not all of us, but a lot of us. Why? Because our poverty level hasn't changed in over 100 years. Still about the same rate, right? When we were going through the Jim Crow area, we just came out of that. We just came out of slavery. It ain't been that long. And so we got to do something. And I'm telling you, the blockchain is the avenue that we can really do something. We can really make a difference. We can really change the plight of our children and our children's children. And they can buy crypto. I'm wearing this Nike shirt, but you know what? I'm going to start wearing my own shirts. Unless I got some stock in Nike, right? Which I'm going to have some as well. And so this is what we got to do. This is where we got to go. Nike is making NFTs. They're making their shoes as NFTs now, and clothing. You can buy clothing on the metaverse, right? You can dress up your avatar in different things. And we are very creative as a people. We're very talented as a people. I want to bring music on our blockchain. So if you are a singer or a musician, I want you to be able to come. I want you to be able to come on our blockchain, and I want you to be able to come on our blockchain and put your music as an NFT. And every time someone downloads your music, you get paid. You get royalties from it. Every time somebody buys a track, you get royalties off of it. Every time someone samples your music, you get royalties off of it. What the blockchain does, it cuts out the middleman. I don't need the middleman. I just use the blockchain. Do you have to pay for transactions on the blockchain? Yes, because you got to keep the technology moving. But it's far less than paying a banker or somebody else to handle your money. It's far less. And so this is where we're going, guys, ladies and gentlemen. This is what's happening before our eyes, and we shouldn't sleep on it. And I'm telling you, I'm about to make some changes. I'm with a group, and like I said, we've created a corporation. We formed a corporation, and we are on the move to make a difference in the underserved and underprivileged around the world. We're going to be bringing water and resources to those communities and helping people and sharing with them what this technology can do. And guess what? Some people they're not going to understand. They're not going to trust it. But some will, right? Did you know that a lot of the water that we're drinking and out of our houses, it's not safe? They're finding cancer creating contaminants in water, and we wonder why we're so sick. We're bathing in it, we're washing our dishes in it, we're brushing our teeth with it. Most of us drink bottled water, if we're especially in the lower class or middle class, we don't drink water out of the faucet, very seldom, right? We're drinking bottled water. Even now, I'm drinking bottled water. But when I go home, we're going to be sending out tester kits, so you can test the water and make sure that you don't have these cancer cells in your water. Oh, they talking about now, it's COVID is found in the water. And so we don't know what we're being exposed to, and people, they don't make that information widely known. And if you don't watch the news, or if you some of the news, I don't really like news, because I know that they're always pushing an agenda, and you don't really know what to trust. It's bad. It's bad, right? But we got to get our information from somebody, from some sources. And we need to find those trusted sources. And I'm coming to you as a trusted source of information. And so feel free to ask me your questions. I'm going to continue to grow. I'm going to continue to move in this van. I'm going to continue to move our organization forward in the blockchain technology. And I would love to have y'all on board. I would love to have y'all collaborating with each other, starting your own blockchain, starting your own NFT, starting your own cryptocurrency, getting in the game, buying real estate with cryptocurrency, turning your investments into cryptocurrency, because this is where it's at. So I'm not done, but I'm gonna go ahead and stop. I can keep on going because there's a lot of information out there. It's a lot of information out there. So look forward to hearing some more from me. Every Thursday, I'm going to come on 7 p.m. If I'm not here, I'll have somebody sitting in my place. And if you want to come on and you want to talk about the plight of African Americans or Africans around the globe, feel free. Come and be my guest. Right? We can talk about it. Even if you have opposing views, I don't mind talking about it because I'm very passionate about it. I don't know it all, but I'm learning every day. Right? And so I'm going to keep on growing. I'm going to keep on learning. I'm going to keep on dropping gems, valuable information. So if you would like, subscribe, share, get notified, hit that bell on my YouTube channel. I'm going to be giving some more information out. And you want to be notified when that information comes. When I drop it and say, hey, y'all can come and make your own NFTs. I'll show you how to make your NFTs. I'll show you how to make your cryptocurrency. I'll show you how to make a blockchain. I'm going to be able to show you all those things. Show you how to operate a smart contract. Show you how to start up a digital wallet, which is your own bank. Have access to your own money any time of day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You don't have to wait for a check to clear 3 days and they have to verify this, that, and the other. No, none of that. That's all extinct stuff. It's going to soon be extinct. We're not going to do business like that anymore. The way we're doing business is about to change. And so that's why I'm saying, hey, y'all, let's come together. Let's get in front of this curve. Let's be the game changers in this industry because it's fresh. It's getting started. A lot of stuff haven't been implemented yet, but we can be the ones that implement it. And the ones that started, they always make the most money. 9 times out of 10, they're going to make the most money. And so let's get it started. Let's go. All right, I'm just Antoine. And I'll see you guys at the top. Bye for now.